petty all the time. I'm petty all the time.
Baby, welcome to the party.
Give me a P. Give me a E. Give me a T. T-Y. I'm petty all the time. Give me a P. Give me a E. Give me a T. T-Y. I'm petty all the time.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Shelly. I'm on the left. This is so weird to me. I'm not I'm used to looking at this camera.
Hi guys, it's your girl Joy Alia. Yeah, we're way out of order today.
Yeah,
so
way out of order.
Yeah,
but we're glad to be here.
We are. So we're gonna go ahead and get into some things. Joy, I'm gonna let you do the honors.
Okay. This one is titled Nonchalant Man Whore. She said, "Hey guys, I just wanted to say I love the show. It really gets me through my days." We love to hear that.
Thank you, girl.
Love you too, girl.
So I've been having consistent sex with my guy friend for about 4 months. We both established that we didn't want a relationship, but I asked him not to fuck anyone else if he wants to keep having unprotected sex with me. I know, low-key stupid, and he agreed. Unfortunately, he's a liar and a nonchalant man whore, so I shouldn't have trusted him. I only did because we're in the same friend group and we've known each other for quite a few years, and my attraction for him grew. Nobody in our friend group knows about us, not even my bestest friends, because I'm scared it'll cause drama in the group. My problem is that he even gave me something. I'm cured, but I'm really hurt about it. And as much as I want to cut him off, we always go back to each other. It's even harder not having someone I can talk to about it, especially since I see him every day and I don't want to isolate his presence in front of the group. I really don't know what to do at this point. Do you have any advice on this?
I want to start off with saying, girl, like, I know that has to be thrilling. Like, y'all are dealing with each other and the group doesn't know. Like, that to me is that's kind of lit. But yeah, to go back to what you wrote in, yeah, I won't even lie to you. I probably would stop fooling with him. Like, y'all could probably still be friends, but that's probably hard because attraction has grown. But like, first and foremost, I would stop sleeping with him, especially after he gave you something. Y'all clearly had a conversation. You made it clear what he needed to follow in order for y'all to continue what y'all were doing. Clearly, he was lying to you. And so to me, he violated your trust. I wouldn't sleep with him anymore. And then with your friendship, that's tricky because I'm not going to lie, I would have to leave the friend group because that's a constant reminder of like the secret life you were living outside of your friends. You know, how can I'm not gonna lie. Like, how can you be friends with? I couldn't be in that anymore. Like, I'm thinking from my perspective. I kind of see her point because even if she decides to stop talking to him, and I cut you off, we're no longer friends with benefits. I'm not saying she needs to cut off her friend group, but can you imagine how difficult that's going to be in his presence and not try to come off rude? Like, look what you did to me. I'm not fucking with you.
I mean, I'll be honest, I do understand, but you're going to put your big girl panties on and you're going to face it because that's a decision you made. You knew my thing is, I'll be honest, and you knew the risk that was going to happen when you entered into that thing. I do not think that you should leave your friends alone behind no man. Because I feel like men begin to do whatever the fuck they want. This man gave you something, no shade, but he gave you something and now you got to leave your friend group? Hell no.
Okay, you're right. I just feel like maybe taking a step back, honestly, you may have to go talk to someone. I'm not going to lie, like, I'm trying to put myself in your shoes, and I am a very strong person, but that situation would have me uncomfortable as hell every time. For sure. Honestly, so go talk to someone.
Yeah, I feel like the person you talk to is your friends. Or these are really your friends. I'll be honest, these are really your friends. There got to be one girl in that girl group, unless it's a bunch of guys, then you really can't leave them alone because they argue anyway. But if it's a group of girls that you're really close to, just choose one of them and tell them about it. And you need somebody in there who's going to make it a safe space for you, somebody who you can look to when things get uncomfortable and they can bail you out, because you're going to feel like you're drowning if you continue to hold this lie and this burden. It's going to eat you alive. If these are really your friends, it shouldn't be anything to just come clean to one person and be like, hey, this is what's going on. This is what I'm going through. I just need somebody to just like make me feel safe in these situations because I feel very uncomfortable around him. And you can lean on that person if you trust them. That would be my advice. That's a good advice, but realistically speaking, if these are my friends.
No, I do agree with what you're saying, but I feel like if I wanted one friend in that friend group to know I was messing with him, they would have known. So I don't feel like that's embarrassing enough. Yeah. So I'd rather just put my big pants on before I go and tell somebody, I was sleeping with him and he gave me a STD.
Wait, no. Oh,
like,
Oh,
she gonna have to do some personal.
Yeah, so
development alone.
I don't know if that is the right
Please,
way.
baby, let me clarify. I didn't say all that. Don't tell about the STI part. I'm saying let them know, like, hey, me and him used to deal with each other, and we're not dealing with each other right now because he ain't shit.
Anymore. It should be anymore. Like, anymore. So they understand it's over.
But
It has to be a reason why she hid it from her friend group. He must be an embarrassment.
No, I mean, I think we've all been in a situation where it's just like, it starts off as a sneaky link and then just it gets too real. And it's like,
Real
what you
fast.
gonna tell your friends? I'm fucking with this nigga who I'm not serious with. A lot of people are judgy and won't understand that. And we don't know how our friend group is. They
True.
might actually be judgmental.
I'm like, not laughing at her.
'Cause I
but
feel
I'm
like we've all had a sneaky link. Not in,
yeah, that's what I'm like,
not that
I mean,
sneaky, but no
you know,
shade.
like,
But and not even to just be that person that harps on it. He gave you something and you're cured. Every day at work, I'm looking at HIV stats in clusters. In clusters where this person has HIV and they did a genotype and we know who slept with who based off of that cluster. You know what I mean? So when I look at that and I realize, like, we all know AIDS, HIV is a very real thing. But for me, when I look at that every day at work, it's a constant reminder that playing around just really isn't an option. Like, when it happens, there's no taking it back like any other STD.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I feel like the fact that you guys had an agreement and he violated that, I would never give him another opportunity to do that to me again, because it could have been something that could have been cured.
Right.
And I know when you like somebody, it's easy to explain away things, but if this was your friend, you would tell her to go. But because you have feelings involved, you're feeling like, oh, well, should I go back to it? No, you shouldn't.
yeah,
Like,
you have to stand on business in this one. Gosh, like, girl, he gave you the clap.
Wait,
we don't know that.
what
I'm
he
just
gave her.
saying, like,
It could have been BV or something, but
no, it was an STD. Like,
well,
what?
sure, he gave her something.
I just feel like I personally, maybe honestly, girl, you may need to talk to him too, and just like tell him, like, moving forward, like, don't speak to me, don't talk to me. Like, we need to separate ourselves in this friend group. Like, yes, we can coexist, but you need to give me the space that I need in order to thrive in this friend group. We're not friends anymore. We're done. And I know it's easier said than done, but honestly, girl, the moment you have that conversation, life will start moving very smoothly and you'll have a weight lifted off your chest. I honestly don't think you should tell your friends, because you would have already done it. There's a reason why you're not telling them. So
question,
I don't want you to tell them.
If we was all in a friend group and you was fucking on somebody who was in a friend group, you wouldn't tell us?
If I chose not to tell y'all, no.
Damn.
I won't share that. Just because there's a reason why I chose not to share it.
Slimy.
I can't even imagine that particular scenario.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And that's why I said.
But if you just think about a time where you're messing with somebody on the low, just in general, like, that's kind of exciting. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and sometimes you just don't want to talk about it. So
that's why I said it's
I
lit
can't
that you didn't tell
imagine
your
it in a
friends.
friend group. It's always.
But I don't know. For me, it's like when it's happening, but when it goes left, oh, I can't wait to tell somebody.
Right.
Let me
But
tell
then I
you
feel
about
like
this
too,
nigga.
like, people like, now it all makes sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
right.
little things will start.
Then people start trying to, like, now
put a
trying to
timeline on it.
try to clock you on some stuff they don't even know about. It's like, y'all, it was a secret.
And the crazy part is people be swearing they slick. It's like, well, thanks for telling me, girl. I've been new 3 months ago when y'all both left the apartment at the same time. He told me he had to go somewhere, and you told me you had to pick somebody
They
up.
must have been moving real low.
People
like,
already know. It's just so
ooh.
awkward to call somebody out on something when you can clearly see it's like, we know y'all fucking with each other.
It just shows her friend group minds their business.
As they
because-
should.
Yeah. But
As they should.
yeah. I
And
mean,
men don't really mind their business like that. So
I'm not gonna lie. As I said, it's really cool that, like, y'all were able to maneuver in secret like that. Because honestly, like, normally people we find out about these things quickly, like, immediately. Actually,
Nice little rendezvous.
yeah.
you know.
But I'm sorry that happened to you,
Me
girl.
too. Like,
I would say, listen, moving forward, like, don't all this raw sex pact y'all doing. No, if that's
It's
not your
not worth
man,
it.
if you do not have, because mind you, y'all swore to not have sex with other people, but y'all didn't even get tested first. Well, I'm assuming, but it's just like, if you don't have test results, then you should be having unprotected sex. Because as far as I'm concerned, a lot of people got a lot of stuff, so it's just like
right.
everyone should be using condoms until tested otherwise.
Yeah, I agree. Or if that's your man too, like, you know. But
it's still,
making a pact,
still,
I don't know about
Still
that.
do a bi-yearly.
Because these men,
because you know what's
these men
crazy.
use us as their test.
Because you know what's crazy?
Results.
They always say, like, people think that STDs are passed through what's it called, casual sex, but STDs are passed more through relationships.
Yep.
Because people in relationships are more likely to have sex without condoms for a long period of time without getting tested.
No.
I want to tell a story.
But I feel like, well, I don't want to be shady. I'm not even
No,
gonna
I
say
actually
that.
want to tell a story. I don't know if it's just like HIPAA on myself, but like, because I do my yearly exams and like, I like, got my results back and like the Hep B, like it said like, it said reactive. And so I remember I was like, what is going on? I was like, you know what? So I sat my mom down and my mom was like, Mom, what does this mean? And she was like, it means reactive. She's like, it means reactive. Like, why are you getting all flustered? Are you sexing somebody? And I'm like, no, like, I'm just like wondering like this. And I'm like, she's like, no, call your doctor and find and figure out what she said. I'm like, okay. So y'all, I had reached out to my doctor and everything. She called me literally the next morning and like explained it. She's like, you have antibodies because you've had a vaccine.
Yeah.
I went back to my mom. She was like, I knew that. I just wanted to see, what were you so flustered about? She's like, you're sleeping with someone unprotected. She's like, you're sleeping with someone. I was like, no, I'm not. She's like, then why did you? She's like, why were you acting like that? Like, she's like, if you would have saw your face, I should have recorded. She's like, it looked like your life was over.
The fact that she says you up. She literally said you up for that.
Christine low-key boosted that. I was so, when I tell you, I was just like.
That was really her.
That was real. Because she was just like.
She didn't put the fear of God in you.
Yeah. Like, she's like, yeah, she's like, you're my child. I got you vaccinated. She's like, those were antibodies. She's like, I know that. So I just wanted to see what else was going on. I'm like, don't ever do that again. But like, I remember that day, I was like, I'm about to rain on someone's parade. Like, what? Like, oh my gosh. I was ready to put a bullet in someone's chest. Like, that's how like pissed and scared I was, So yeah. It was like a funny story. That's why I was like, I don't know if that's violating HIPAA, but.
No, that's not HIPAA.
That's funny. Like, yeah. So yeah. But yeah, guys, don't have unprotected sex. Test regularly. Guys, your girls' test results are not yours. Go get your own.
Yeah.
Dallas has a health science center. Not health science, health services center. Literally off I-35. You know what's crazy, Joy? I don't trust that place either.
I was just going to say, not to scare the masses, but we're at a point where syphilis is not curable anymore because it's that resistance to drugs. So while people are scared of HIV and AIDS, syphilis is very rampant. And I know like a couple of weeks back, or maybe like a couple months ago, something went viral on Twitter from Houston. It ended up being a lie.
It was very fake.
It was very fake. But the thing is,
why are y'all doing those fake news?
But I do think the masses need to know, like, there's other STDs that are very detrimental, and syphilis is something that even while on antibiotics, you might not come cure of it, or it gets really, really bad. So if we're at a point where it's not curable.
And syphilis never leaves your system. You'll always test for it.
Yeah.
And what's even crazier? Syphilis is so bad in Dallas, it has its own department.
Yeah. Yep.
So
wrap it up. Not to scare the masses.
Not to lecture y'all, but
that's
like
kind
I
of
said,
scary.
man and no man, boyfriend and no boyfriend. Put that Jimmy on.
But yeah, guys, still, y'all, like I said, your woman is not your test results. Y'all go get tested too. Because a lot of guys, like, I remember I asked some guy, like, we were just having a conversation. I'm like, so when's the last time you got tested? He's like, a while ago. Like, what's a while ago? Mm-hmm. He's like, why are you asking? I'm like, because I'm like, normally when someone says a while ago, it's been some years. I was like, because I could tell you last year when I went. I go yearly. Yeah. So like, and you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, that's kind of crazy and scary in a sense, because it's like, dang, like there are people walking around here that don't really like put that first. Like, I don't miss my yearly exams, blood work, never missing that. Like, that's extremely important to know, like, your status, know how your body's functioning and all that stuff. So, not trying to scare y'all guys, but as we get older,
we should have though. With
all
we said, we should have scared.
Yeah,
just a tad.
Yeah, it's kind of risky out here now.
Y'all need to
real risky. Anyway, we're gonna move on to the next one. Hello, Petty Party. I'm in a sticky situation. Pretty much, I'm 29, living in a roommate situation with my best friend, and starting nursing school in January. Congratulations. I've been dating this guy for a year now. He's 32, owns his home, and is a lawyer for an entertainment company, and is a full-time father and has full custody of his 2-year-old and two children. A 4-year-old
it's
and
getting
1-year-old.
real doxy.
It's getting real
what's
doxy.
a social, girl?
Yeah, girl.
What's his date of birth?
Low key. It's been rocky this past year. We both feel like we're each other's persons. We have similar interests and have unmatched chemistry and compatibility. The only problem we've faced is he's been going back and forth about whether or not he wants more children. I don't have any, but in the near future would love 1 or 2. He says based on the trauma from failed relationships with his 2 kids' mothers and being a full-time father is stressful enough. He says he doesn't want us to have kids and that I hurt him by breaking up with him and leave him with another kid. I say you're worried about the wrong thing. Who's worried about breaking up and leaving kids before we're even in a relationship? He's literally told me how I'm the missing piece he needs in his life and how he wants to be in a relationship and he sees marriage, but honestly scared to be hurt again and scared that he won't change his mind about having more kids and end up hurting me, aka doesn't want to waste my time. I ended up telling him we should just put the romance to the side and just focus on our friendship and build off of that to better understand each other as individuals. So that's where we stand now. Overall, I'm 50-50 on what to do. A part of me wants to just move on and a part of me wants to stick around. What's y'all's advice or thoughts?
I think you, as somebody who wants kids, anybody on the fence has to go. I'm sorry. I've had that conversation with people who didn't have kids and even people who do have kids. Like, are you sure? Because no matter how much I like you, if you do not want kids or more children, this relationship is over. I don't care how long we've been together, what's going on. If you waver on something that I know that I want, we cannot date. I'm sorry. I don't care how good the relationship is. I do think you saying like, let's remove the romance and focus on the friendship because maybe he needs to really see like you in a different light. Y'all grow in that friendship. Maybe he can realize, okay, I do want to be with her for the rest of my life. I do want to have a child with her because I feel like if y'all continue down that path of doing what you're doing and he's unsure, how is he going to kind of have like that motive or that time to figure out, does he really want that?
Right.
But I think you should go anyway. So
yeah, I have to agree with Jory. I remember I went on a date with a man and he straight up told me that he didn't want any kids. He doesn't want to get married anymore. And he was like, but, if that's something you want, I could possibly, basically waiver the idea. And I was like, immediately right then and there, when I saw out of his mouth him say he didn't want kids, it was done. Like, I was like, he is not on the team anymore. He's not even a friend. Because I just feel like, why waste someone's time? Like, no. So I agree. Like, ladies, we need to hear men clearly when they say things how they feel and how they want things. Men are very black and white. They are not like us that exist in limbo sometimes. Men know exactly what they're saying and how they're saying it and how they want you to hear it. So if he said he doesn't want kids, I'm not going to lie, like even wasting the whole time of like moving the romance and all that, girl, you got to move on. You're about to go in nursing school. Drop him. There are better men coming. The man for you is coming after nursing school. Buckle down, face your studies and become a nurse and then tackle this relationship stuff. Right now, this is just basically God showing you like, he is not for you. You need to focus on other things. And to me, you starting nursing school in January, you have a lot on your plate. Let him go. And it's okay. Like, I understand this might hurt, but you can't be with someone that just doesn't align with what you want in life. Like, it's just a waste of time. Coming from someone who's wasted their time. So I think from one girl to one girl, please just move on.
I think even into your situation, Paula, when you said that you told him like, I want kids and he was like, oh, but if you're open to it, I feel like as a man, if you don't want kids, stop dating women or even acting as if you're open to the idea. Like if you don't want more children or want children at all, stop going after people and wasting people's time who actually genuinely want children. Right. Because to me, it's like you're low key, like that's just weird behavior. Why are you signing up to waste somebody else's time? Like, that is weird
feel like
to me.
That
Why give somebody false hope?
That's going on in a dating world now. Like a lot of y'all know exactly what y'all want, and like you meet someone that doesn't align with you, and you still try to take them serious. Why waste their time? Like
people are looking at are confusing compromising and wasting people's time with different things. I feel like people are, I'm trying to compromise. No,
that's not compromising.
A child is not a compromising situation. So it's like, I don't know.
Like, ladies, stop falling in love with potential too. Like, no, sorry.
And it don't even be potential because like he got a potential to do what? Waste your time?
Girl,
break your heart?
Has 2 kids, a 1-year-old.
Like,
girl, he don't want any more kids. He don't want any more. He has a 1-year-old. He don't want any more kids. He don't want any more kids. He knows he don't want any more kids.
Yeah.
And like him saying like,
but even unless she like you worded it wrong in your thing, you said he feels like y'all shouldn't focus on that or break up until y'all are in a relationship. But what are y'all doing?
That like and like no,
did he mean marriage?
No, she said that she's like, why are you harping so much on this? On like me, if we have a kid, I'm gonna leave you, and we're not even in a relationship. Girl, that is low key a red flag too. He is projecting a lot of his insecurities on you too. Like he needs to go heal and focus on his 2 kids. I'm sorry, your 2 children's baby mama hurt you. Go heal from that. Okay, and maybe you want other kids after that.
I think maybe in his defense, for him to have custody of 2 children means that the woman somewhere maybe along the line, and not to just project, kind of stepped away from being in the child's life. So maybe his fear is having a child with another woman and she does the same thing.
No, I don't even think he has full custody. I think like he has 2 kids. Like,
I thought she said full custody.
No. Girl.
I thought she said full custody.
Hold on 1 second, my love. Oh yeah, he got girl.
So I'm like, to give
So that should tell you something. If they are both willing to step away from motherly duties, which I'm not gonna lie, shout out to them because I feel like more women should start doing
no,
that.
I'm not gonna lie. I just had a conversation with somebody and I was like, I would be fine.
I could be the part-time parent.
I was joking and I was like, I would be fine just giving the baby to you and you
Literally,
raise the
I could
child.
be a
Let me
weekend
be a deadbeat mama. Like,
I'll be a weekend in summer's
No,
parent.
you know what's so
real
crazy?
quick.
Not to derail it too much, but there was this guy. He actually went viral on TikTok because he was talking about his he was talking about he's a single dad and the child's mom is not in their life or whatever. So then he blasted the screenshots, and the screenshots told a whole different story. Like, she pretty much said, she was like, you know what? Like, you left me for 8 months. I raised this child by myself. I went through so much and you were not there for me. And now it's like every time I go to court and have to see your face, it drags me back to that very dark place. And he was fighting because they had split custody. He was fighting for like more custody, whatever. And she was like, you know what? If you want full custody so bad, you can have it. If that means I never have to see you again, have him. I love him so much, but I can't do this with you anymore. And so she stopped responding, and he has not talked to her since then. And she was like, he said every single time I call her phone, she sends me the voicemail. I have to go to her house every week because she has like, I guess, weekend visitation. She doesn't pick up the door. She does not want to see him. And everybody in the comments was like, I'm so confused. This is what you wanted.
right.
It was like, it's exactly what you asked for. You wanted full custody, right?
And she just told you, I don't want anything to do with
Yeah,
you.
and the crazy part is his child support was $135 a month. He wanted full custody because he wanted to, like, I guess, lower the child support. And it was like, this is exactly what you asked for. You wanted full custody to punish her. And then now that she gave you full custody, now you're mad.
I'm telling you, men will not learn until
There
we
another
start
situation like
pulling
that
them
happened
on them.
I've seen it on TikTok before where the girl left
Yasmin?
and I feel like
No, because
They can't
We'll
handle
not learn
it.
until we start pulling them on them.
No.
Ladies, start giving up full rights. Like, okay, take.
It's
hey.
so crazy because you're right. It is happening. It was an Instagram model. And even though she came out and debunked it later, but there was an Instagram model. She came out and it was like right before summertime. And she was like, I guess she went to go file child support. And he went and filed full custody. And she didn't show up to the court. So they granted full custody to the dad. And she posted... She posted a picture of a girl jumping into the yacht. It was like, summer's about to be lit. And they was tearing her ass up. And it's just like,
Why are y'all tearing her up?
y'all mad because the baby's with his dad for the summer?
Thank you.
Like, y'all be so mad when
And
daddies be
that's weird
fathers.
because men be doing that to women all the time, and y'all have nothing to say. The moment a woman reverses thing, now it's a problem. No,
Yeah.
if you want full custody, take it.
Yeah, I'm like, y'all be telling dads to go full custody, then they get it, and it's like we have to hear y'all complain.
Thank
like,
you. No, that's
why
not how
does-
this works.
you see when you try to spite others.
yeah, like you hired a lawyer and got what you wanted, and you upset.
Yeah, and girl, that back to the MOTO. That's what I'm saying. Like, see, look what we were just talking about. There's a reason why those women allowed him to have full custody. Both of them. It's not coincidental. You don't,
Yeah.
don't be a third baby mama girl.
True. I mean, it's about two different women, or we made
Two
better.
different women.
Oh,
Two different women.
Too many. Sorry.
You gotta tell his pocket. There's a lot going on that he doesn't want.
I mean, he's an entertainment lawyer, so I'm sure he has a little bit of.
It doesn't even matter. I could just tell that he just doesn't want to put more money into another seed, and I feel him. So, girl, go on.
And you know what? I feel like relationships take so much work. There's so much that goes into being in a relationship that all this extra stuff that's making it harder. If it's this hard, y'all ain't even fully in it. Just y'all ain't meant to be. That's really what it means. You should not be fighting to get into a relationship.
Yeah. And you want to know what's crazy, Michelle? You
imagine
just hit
marriage.
that on the nail. You don't need to be fighting to get into a relationship. And honestly, I learned that like so kind of like, not saying late in the game, but I learned that like sometimes guys like we be like, oh, we're fighting. Like I'm fighting for this. It's like, why are you fighting to be in a relationship?
Like,
No.
What do you even have you even looked at what you're fighting?
What are you fighting for?
Now you're fighting your own common sense
You
to
get
stay in
what
this
I'm
relationship.
Like low key, you're fighting yourself because it's like, dang, like it's such a challenge to even be boyfriend and girlfriend. Imagine being husband and wife.
Listen,
So when like honestly, like it's so crazy because I went through like a huge transition and like there were a lot of things that was going through my mind. I was just like, gosh, like, and that kept coming up. It's like, dang, if this was hard here, imagine marriage.
Yep.
God is saving you. And it's okay. Like, it's okay to hurt for a little bit. But finally, when you're over the shit, you're going to realize, like, you're going to be thanking God so much when your person walks in front of you. You're like, I am so happy I didn't settle for this 2-kid guy.
Yeah.
I enjoy
I'm
coming
so
to the
happy.
morning.
So,
I don't know if
Just-
it's because like even in regards to like I don't know if it has to do with age, but I feel like men are like fighting for relationships that women are just like, no, we're so good. You know what I mean? Like, it's like I'm confused on why you're pushing forward for something that we could like. Men don't have standards in the sense. You know what I mean? Like, y'all are really pushing for things that you shouldn't be.
Yeah.
You know,
What
so
makes you think we should be together when it's clear we shouldn't?
Or like you just see, oh my gosh, like I remember one guy was like, yeah, like I'm in a relationship, it's making me more responsible. I'm like, a relationship is making you more responsible? Oh gosh, she's in for a rude awakening. Screaming.
Honestly. It's so crazy because I just saw a video and she was like, it's crazy because when I look back at all the men who treated me the best, they were men that I don't like.
No.
I was like, damn, that's a nigga that don't like you, he won't have to wear carpet. But I mean, a nigga that you don't like, he gonna have to wear carpet for you.
And it's sad because like,
So when you start putting a little bit of attention, all that goes away.
or then you realize like the dude you were with was your biggest op. That's the hardest pill to swallow. Like you realize like you were my worst enemy and I was laying with you. That's crazy.
Sleeping with the enemy.
I was sleeping with the enemy for like, the enemy was in my face 24/7. I didn't even know
house,
it.
in my bed.
It's crazy. But yeah. So I'm sorry. Like the advice we're giving you, I hope you take it. And I'm really sorry that you're going through this. It is not fun. And like, he's giving me the impression that he's older, and that's another thing that pisses me off. These older men be dragging some girls down the field, and I don't like that. Your mates don't want you, so now you want to go to younger women and ruin us too. No, leave her alone and let her face her books. Girl, go get your education.
Yeah.
Get your money. You know what's crazy?
Because imagine starting nursing school and dealing with this.
Girl, get your money up. The best revenge is your pay. Girl, get your money up. Stop dealing with these dudes.
Two
like,
kids is crazy. I'm sorry.
gosh, 2 kids. Like, can you imagine?
Two
Like,
kids too many. I'm sorry.
like ladies. We are really
For somebody who doesn't have kids, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care how much you love children. I think it's very difficult for somebody who has no children to go date somebody with two.
with 2 kids.
Two. That's a lot.
With 2 different baby mamas at that.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Oh no, that's. I'm sorry not to be rude, but
Don't recommend.
no, like yeah, I'm like it can be. It was just one woman. That's different. But like 2. Can you imagine? You're already starting on like 5th place, girl. Like you at 5th place in your own non-relationship. Like it's
The baby
crazy.
mamas and the kids coming for you.
Girl, you always gonna be fighting that war.
Yeah, girl. So, moral story leave.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go to the next motto, and it's called he took another woman out because I canceled. So I've been talking to this man for about a week now. He's lit in my DMs. I thought he was cute. He hit the light to a few texts and admittedly asked me if I wanted to grab lunch next week. I was interested, so I agreed. We then exchanged numbers and talked on the phone. I didn't like his voice, but he was attractive, so I didn't think it was a deal breaker. Everything was going smooth. Then the day of the date comes, he texts me good morning and asks if we're still on for the day. I replied yes, but I asked if we could push the time back 1 hour because something ended up coming up. He replied saying, that should work. We can always reschedule for next week if you want. I replied saying that today wouldn't work and apologized. He then said it's all good. That actually works out better. We can do next week and talk on the phone later tonight if you're free. He then went on social media and posted him at a sushi restaurant with pictures of his plate and a woman's hand across from him. He posted at the same time that our date was supposed to be scheduled. Keep in mind, we're friends on social media, so he knows I'll see it. I don't know. Maybe it's nothing, but I think it's tacky. Any advice?
It's a cold world in this dating world, girl. Like just how you dating, he dating too. So you cancel, so he called the backup in. He has to date. He's dating.
Posting is crazy.
And you know, and that's another thing, guys. The audacity is at an all-time high.
You approached me in my DM, so you know we know each other on social media.
Yeah, and
it's not even like I'm a ghost follower.
Oh my gosh, girl, I know how you felt. I would have been fuming internally. Like,
no,
I'm not gonna lie.
That'd be it. I wouldn't even go on another day with him.
Block
That'd be
him.
over.
No,
I feel like that was my least favorite thing about like just dating in general. Like the competitiveness. I don't want to compete. Like I don't want to have to do that. You know what I mean? So I feel like him going out of his way to post that, like that would turn me. I'm not fucking with you. Like you clearly are talking to other people. I'm good. You know what I mean? But I feel like if you're really trying to date, it's very competitive out there. So it's like, are you gonna take it personal or are you gonna get back in the field?
Yeah,
like
it's
you know
Hunger
what I mean?
Games.
Like
It's Hunger Games
so,
out here.
I can't give you advice
that's
either way, but I'm just
real.
like,
No, that's the realest thing
Are
I've
you gonna
heard
take
in the
it
last
personal,
year.
or are you gonna
get back in the field?
Damn, I'm
Because
not
like,
gonna
let
lie.
me tell you. Let me tell you. I've taken so many silent L's and I felt joy there and got back in the field. Because at the end of the day, one monkey ain't gonna stop no damn show. So, girl, who cares?
But will you let the same guy take you out?
No,
Okay.
actually. You know,
my man Ray's no loser.
but at the same time too. Okay,
Also,
this is like the.
I think this is why you have to date multiple people.
Yeah,
because I wouldn't have taken that as personal if I was talking to somebody else. Like, okay, cool,
Yeah,
I see.
it's
Okay,
'cause
cool.
you don't have
Let's
a
get together
roster.
next week.
Yeah, it's 'cause you
and
don't have
go
a
from there.
roster.
Like
that's what's given.
I don't
But
know.
I'll be real
No,
with you because
still no.
me.
Yeah, I'm gonna be complete. It depends on where we're going because it's like I'm not.
Oh, you can't take me to the same place.
Yeah.
Now we want to go
Oh,
somewhere
I
else.
just-
But how would we even set that up? Because I wouldn't reach out to him.
Yeah,
He would have to reach
no,
out to
can
me.
I give it a buck?
So it's kind of just like, was he really going to go out with you
Y'all,
next week?
yeah.
No shade. Like, ooh.
He said,
Can I give it a buck, y'all?
He probably made that reservation on Open Table. You know they
No,
they charge you to cancel. He said
the way my mind works, I would have already created a scenario that is his woman and wife across from him, and I was going to be his side piece. I'm not going on a date with you. You revealed your life to me. And it's okay. It's okay, guys.
Posting first dates, yeah, they don't get first date vibe. That gave my
like-
side chick canceled so down with my girlfriend.
No, because would he have posted you that night? Well, he just only posted that hand.
But
so.
that's his girl.
Social media.
On social
And he's
media,
never
Jory?
posted anything else on his social media.
Clearly,
Like,
I mean,
so
well, I
now
don't know.
of today, you want to post a girl? Like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, that would
Yeah,
be
no, I'm
confusing.
not gonna lie.
You ain't never posted a girl before, and
playing
now
games.
today you're posting a girl. Like, I agree with y'all. Whose hand was that?
Yeah.
You
Because
get what I'm saying? And honestly,
and what if
because
it's a
somebody's
sister?
happy about that post.
Yeah,
and
'Cause
I'll
what
be-
the
and
hell?
honestly, I'm not gonna lie because I know I would never fuck with you again. I'm gonna be like, oh, hope you have fun. I'm gonna
No,
comment the
low-key.
story. Hope you have fun.
Yeah.
And I hope it was on Instagram because I like
Honestly.
the story.
Oh yeah.
No,
Yeah.
because I'm not gonna lie, like. He already knows you seen it.
Yeah.
So at this point, I want you to double. No,
Yeah.
I seen it before.
LOL.
Because I know you going through checking. I want you to know I seen it by hearting or seen it in the DM.
Yeah.
Hope you have fun.
The crazy
Food
part
looks
is
great.
I'm petty. I send the laughing emojis because you're a joke.
See,
Big joke.
Because
I'm
that's
over
what he
here
wanted.
saying
He wanted a
things
reaction.
yeah.
I'm even when people like I'm a former crash out. No. I don't give a fuck how it comes across anymore.
Yeah,
I
no,
don't.
no,
I
You know
really
what's-
don't.
I actually really don't.
I don't.
People be
y'all.
playing in our faces.
Yeah,
like,
no, they be trying
not
to play.
saying y'all,
They
but
be-
people
no.
be trying to play
They
in
be
people's
trying to
faces.
play in
So
people's
you have to
face.
check them. Like, no, you're not funny.
Immediately, these gays will not be tolerated on this island.
Yeah.
I
every now and then you gotta
am-
make a nigga feel small. Okay.
Yeah.
Every now and then, every time. Stop letting niggas play in y'all's faces. I'm so tired of like watching different like stuff on TikTok. I'm just like, ladies, what? These men are playing basketball. Guys, stand up. If you don't always have to crash out on a guy for him to hear you and feel you.
So
Like,
I'm not
come
like crashing
on.
out. Really don't even be.
No, it
I'm not
don't.
Because
That's
you
what
want
they
to crash
want.
out and you don't acknowledge, then I'm pissed. Like I explained to
that's
you
the-
why I'm upset, and you still can't see my point of view. I'm even more madder than I was to begin with. So crashing out on you for what?
Sometimes you have to handle niggas like that with like it's gonna
No.
hurt silent.
I was gonna say the best revenge is for a nigga to never hear from you again.
Ever again.
That's really the best revenge.
ever again.
But you know, I keep seeing a lot of tweets from the girlies where they're just like, "You play with me, you will never get. I'm playing you." In the worst ways.
In the worst
and I'm not gonna
way.
lie, I'm loving that the girls are on this type of business because you trying to crash out and let nigga know, oh, you did this to me. I could. No, you play with me. We shouldn't play. You should cut people off and move on. But if you want to still talk to them, I'm sorry, you're not going to get the same person. You're not going to get 100% faithful out of me anymore.
You're gonna get my
Why?
alter ego.
No, you know what that reminds
Okay.
me of? Do y'all know that girl? I think her name's Tiana Williams or Tiara Williams or whatever. She's a wag or whatever. She dated this guy. I'm not even gonna say his name because it don't even matter.
Period.
But she dated this football player. He cheated on her in the worst way, did her dirty or whatever. And all the guys were literally in her comments talking about he made you and you ain't shit. And you stop crying, being sensitive. Like she ain't the one that got cheated on.
Wow.
And then she literally recently just posted on her Instagram a picture of her on a football
Are
game.
you talking about the Vikings
Yeah.
one? Oh yeah, she did her big one.
And the caption said, fresh pics on the, what's it called? Fresh pics. Something.
But the following was at a Vikings game.
No, it was like
She's a
fresh
new
pics,
man.
something like that. But the next line is new man on the Minnesota Vikings or whatever. So pretty
That's a
much,
Lizzo song.
yeah, pretty much her new nigga is a football player. So I'm
Yep.
like, I feel you. You went from football player to football player. That was literally your best revenge. You didn't say
Honestly.
nothing.
Right.
You just got your lick back.
And guys, I just want us all to win.
Yeah. Like
Don't
Sierra,
Yep.
she dropped I Bet and never
Future
looked back.
is so hurt by that. Like that man has never recovered from that loss.
She literally left Sierra. Sierra left Future.
And got with
Went to the White House Correspondents' Dinner. I'll never forget when Russell Simmons like, I want to invite Sierra, and they went together, and he been
that's her
raising
husband?
baby Future ever since.
and that's her
Like-
husband.
That's how we need to boss up ladies.
Yeah.
Literally.
Humble men.
Honestly.
Humble them.
Let them know that you should not have been playing with me. Like, at all.
I'm laughing because the people are going to try to drag the hell out of us.
I don't care. Drag me too.
No,
But no, like, this is what the woman needs to hear, and this is what y'all don't feel like saying. But no, y'all need to be humbled.
Yeah, I'm not
the
gonna
fuck
lie.
down, bro.
And I know my heart is hard to kiss a man because I was watching Love is Blind and I was just like, if I see another man cry, men's tears do nothing for me.
They don't move me. And like one guy today in our comments like, oh, that's why men don't open. I don't give a fuck about y'all opening up to me. I don't care. I'm sorry. That sounded crazy, but like, I just don't give a fuck.
Maybe we are bitter.
No, I'm not. Okay, whoa.
Yes,
I'm not
jaded.
bitter.
Yes, I'm jaded.
I'm not bitter. It's just, honestly, I'm just in the era of like, this, I don't give a fuck anymore. I used to give fucks and got treated poorly. No, I don't give a fuck until you allow me to work up to giving a fuck, because
like
you men are just wild.
It's just knowledge. I feel like at the age that we're at, like, we done seen it all. So to be honest, like, humble men.
Like, stop
Like,
letting men humble you.
them, like,
stop letting men humble you.
Yeah.
Like, girl.
Yeah, honestly, don't fall for any of this lip service. Also, that guys are talking about. You're a bad bitch. I don't care what you look like. You are a bad bitch.
All these
men
men
have no standards. You can pull anybody. You can walk outside today to the gas station and leave with a boyfriend. So you can always level up.
No, literally,
it'll be very easy for you.
Yeah, and then don't let a man talk you out your position. Like, if you're used to a certain way of doing stuff and a certain standard, and he's not a man for you. He's a dusty. Move on from that. A lot of women are getting like, and I'm not trying to be rude, right? I'm just being real. A lot of women are getting desperate. So you now starting to deal with the crumbs. You don't need to. The steak is waiting for you. You just got to be patient. Stop trying to deal with crumbs, because honestly, they're going to have you looking like a crumb too.
Yeah, or sometimes you just make your own steak.
Girl, y'all can take yourself out on dates. You don't have to go on dates with guys just for the sake of being with a guy. Like, gosh, these men are just, sorry. Not all men though, just the men we're talking about. But yeah, I agree with Jory. Humble these guys until further notice. Question, guys. How do y'all handle, okay, like, for example, it doesn't have to be like dating apps. It could just be dating in general. How do you handle like the dating scene, and like, say if you went on a date with someone, right, and it just didn't work out, how do you handle like you start dating their friend and you didn't know that they're friends? How do you handle that?
If I didn't know, I didn't know.
But like, what if they now start trying to like?
So I find out on my own naturally, and one of them didn't. Like,
yeah.
So your friend asking if you should tell them?
You were on a date and the guy you're on a date was like, hey, do you know so and so? You're like,
I don't.
No.
Why are you asking me? Why are you asking me? Did you ask me about any other friends? Why that one specifically?
Or like, he's just like, yeah, like my homeboy said he took you on a date like last week.
Oh, so he's being
okay. But my thing is, why are you even asking that?
Because
you clearly know. So why did you ask me out?
How do you handle that?
Are you wasting my time or yours? Because whatever answer I give you, are you going to continue to fuck with me or not? Like, why are you asking that? Like, I feel like, if you know that, why are you here asking me that?
I feel like at that point, I may have to hurt your feelings. Because it's like, yes, I went on a date with them. Like,
I feel like at that point, if you already know and you're willing to take me out, you want to fuck with me. So if I say, yeah, I fuck with your friend, why are we here then?
I'm not gonna lie, that would piss me off.
That would actually very much piss me off.
Yeah,
like,
that would piss me off.
Because I doubt you found out why when we got to the date.
Right.
I would have to assume that you knew that question beforehand. And the fact that you waited to take me, like.
Exactly. I'd be like, ask your friend. He's your friend, right?
Oh, I'm telling you, I would have to hurt your feelings, because it's like, why would you do that?
Because if you ask me, I don't know who you're talking about. If you ask him, he may have a different answer.
Yeah, people are doing that, y'all. I've heard stories. I'm like, on a date?
That's weird.
It's crazy. That's weird behavior. But
what is the coolest? Who is the coolest guy in the hospital?
The patient.
The ultrasound guy.
Why?
When he's not there, who's the second coolest guy? The hip replacement guy. Tough crowd.
End it, Jory. Take me out of my misery.
What's crazy, it took me a while to get in. Once I got it, I was like, I have to share in this. Because he's the hip replacement guy. Like, he replaced the hip guy.
Yes, your question was, who was the hippest guy?
Who was the coolest guy? That was the ultrasound guy. Who, when the coolest guy wasn't there, who was the second coolest guy? the hip replacement guy. Because he replaced the hip guy. It's okay, just end it. Yeah, sorry.
I mean, I get the joke.
Yeah, it's
just
not funny.
Yeah. It's like it's for a different audience.
I'm sorry. Okay, sorry, Michelle.
It's okay.
All right, guys. Thank you for joining us for another mini MOTO episode. If you have one that you want us to read, please send us an email or you can DM us. This is your girl, Jory, signing out.
Bye, y'all. It's your girl, Michelle, a.k.a. Egypt if you nasty.
And it's your girl, Macolette, signing out. Holla. Bye.
Give me a P. Give me a E. Give me a T. T. Y. I'm petty all the time.